Hi guys, it's Taylor. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial today on just a natural kind of look, good for fall, good for spring, good for summer, whatever season you're in right now, whatever state you're in right now. I'm in Texas and it is currently 70 degrees outside in January, so that's fun. But I'm going to be doing this tutorial and it's super easy for anyone that wears glasses or no glasses. You won't have any smudging or anything on your nose, as I'm sure everyone's used to. So without me babbling on anymore, why don't we just get straight on in. So we're gonna start off with a Master Prime primer, and it is by Maybelline. Now I love this primer so much, and I'm just going to be applying it to the places of my face that get the most porous. So it'll be anywhere in my T-zone, and then on my cheeks as well. They do get a little bit porous. Now what I like to do with this primer is I rub it in a little bit, but then I pat in the extra so it does fill my pores, because this is a very pore filling primer. And I love the way this one feels too, because I'm not the biggest fan of those silicone primers, or they're made of like a silicone texture, and this is definitely not one of those primers. And one thing it really does for me is when I put this one under my foundation, it definitely blurs all of my pores, which is great, and I love it so much. So next, onto foundation. We're going to be using a Revolution Stick Foundation. And it's sort of hot in Texas, so it's funny the way it melts after I use it a few times. But this one like actually matches my skin really well. And I was so happy when I saw that it matched my skin, because I ordered it online and I'd never used any Revolution products before. So it was really great. Sorry I'm babbling on so much, guys. I mean, this is my first video, so excuse the little nervousness. Next, I'm gonna be using just my Real Techniques beauty sponge. This is the first time I'm using this one, actually. I usually use beauty blenders or a brush, but I just picked this one up today at Ulta, so I figured I'd give it a go. After this, we will conceal. And can you guys guess what kind of concealer I'm going to be using? It is the Tarte Shape Tape. This is such a favorite concealer of mine. And I haven't had super bad dark circles lately, so I'm just going to put little dots under there. Sometimes if I'm going more all out and super glamorous, I will conceal to the gods. I'll put a lot of concealer under there, but I'm not gonna do that today. And then one thing I'm also gonna do is use my concealer as a primer. I ran out of my favorite primer and I forgot to pick it up today when I went to Ulta. So we'll just use that. One thing I love about this concealer is that it doesn't crease too much underneath my eyes, which I normally have a lot of concealers that crease under my eyes. Sorry for all the crazy head tilting that I'm doing right now. I had to set up my phone on these boxes in front of my mirror, so it's sort of covering my face a little bit, but that's okay. So next up is setting powder. I just got this brand new one, so I really wanted to try something new, and I hope I like this one. It's also from Revolution. It's just a normal translucent setting powder, or they said it was translucent, but it's called Translucent Fair. So right now I'm just blending away any creases that might be in my eyes before I set them. And now I don't normally bake. What I do is I take a little bit of product and I'll just set it completely under my eyes. And I'm also gonna drag that on top of my eyes as well. I think the next video that I might film is either going to be like a vlog type video, or I might also film a skincare routine, whether it's like what I do in the morning or what I do what I'm doing with the rest of the setting powder right now is I'm just taking a little bit extra of like what was on my blender and then also what's in the lid that I'm holding right now, and I'm just setting the parts of my face that get oily the most, which is also going to be in that T-zone like. And so I'm going to start off with a little bit of bronzer. This is just my butter bronzer by Physician Formula. Oh my gosh, speaking of them, I was so sad today when I had recently watched Casey Holmes' vlog and videos. I love her so much. She's really great for makeup videos or for just vlogs. Like, I love watching her vlogs. She actually just announced that she was pregnant, so congratulations to her. But I first started watching her when my boyfriend first started, he's in the Army, so when he first went off to basic training, I started watching her because her husband is an Army Ranger, and she would talk a lot about how to get over it and how to cope with them being gone, and do some contouring. Now I actually just got this palette. It's an e.l.f. palette, and you wouldn't think that the e.l.f. products, like, they're getting really good, and it's awesome. So I'm just going to use this little contouring brush that I have, and I'm going to take the two brown shades in here. I'm going to mix them up just a little bit because one is cooler and one is warmer. And then I'm just going to contour very lightly because these shades are so pigmented. And I'll blend it out a little bit. Now, one thing I've definitely gotten into doing is, because I wear glasses, I have started contouring my nose, because I've noticed that even though I have a pretty small nose, if I don't contour it, it sort of looks larger underneath my glasses, and at the same time it looks like one-dimensional. So of course you would want to contour your nose a little bit. Now actually what I'm going to use when I contour my nose is the butter bronzer, just because it has a little bit of warmth and I don't want it to be too cool. And I did just clean these brushes, so thank God I did that. But I'm just going to take a little bit of powder alongside my nose. I know I'm not that good at it yet, so definitely watch a different tutorial if you're gonna try and learn how to contour your nose. I'm no pro yet, but after I outline it, I'm going to take just a normal fluffy brush and blend that out. Again, I'm sorry if you don't get the greatest angles for this video. I'll work on that. Next video I make, I will definitely find like a tripod or something that I can put my phone on until I end up getting a camera. So now that we're done with that, I'm gonna go into a blush. Now this is a Milani blush that my mom actually got me for Christmas a few years ago, I think, but it is incredibly pigmented. So I kid you not, you really need to dust off this brush. And what I actually started doing with blush is, instead of wiping the brush across my cheeks, I do like small little tapping motions, so that way it's a little bit more natural. Because as the day goes on, I'm sure you guys saw in the beginning of the video, my cheeks are a little bit pink naturally, so the pink tends to show through a little bit, and I don't want it to be too extra. So we're just gonna use a little bit of that. And then I'll go and blend that out a bit. So what I'm doing now is I'm just taking a little bit of that powder and I'm putting it underneath of my contour so it sharpens it up a bit. I don't know why it looks like this on the camera, but it looks like my cheeks are a lot pinker than they actually are in person. And I'm sure some of you guys are wondering why when I look straight at the camera, sometimes my eye is like going straight in towards my nose and the other one is staying straight out. That is because when I was younger, I think maybe 2 or 3, both of my eyes went in towards my face. And I forget what the, I forget what it's called, the medical issue that it is, but essentially the nerves on my right eye aren't strong enough, so I can move my eyes in and out. I'm sure I'll see a few comments about it, but I've lived with it all my life. I think it first started when I was 2, so lived with it all my life. I'm used to it, but that is what that is, if you were wondering. All right, so next we are going to move on to highlighter, which is my favorite part. I love highlighter, as I'm sure so many other people do. So one thing I got was this NYX Moscow palette, and it has some natural colors that you would normally put in your eyes, and then it also has a blush and a highlighter. So I'm going to use the highlighter in this on a Morphe brush. It's just like a little petal brush. I'll put that right there. It's sort of like a light pink champagne-y color. It's actually this color right here. I'm just gonna layer that on because I love me some highlight. I'm gonna put that under my brow bone as well, just a little bit. But my goodness, I love highlights so much. And do the same on the other side. And I'm lightly tapping it, you guys, like very lightly tapping it, and it already has so much pigment. It's a beautiful color. So I'm also going to put this on the tip of my nose and on the bridge of my nose, and then again on my Cupid's bow. Sorry if you hear my dogs whining in the background. They're the cutest little buggers. I love them to death. But one is very anxious because I'm talking to nothing right now, and she probably thinks I'm crazy. So why don't we move on to brows right now? So I just got this new product. It's been out for a little while, but I didn't get the chance to try it until now. It is the Brow Contour Pro. So I am in the shade Brown Light, and I'm just gonna go in and start opening this up. I haven't opened it up yet. But ignore if I'm looking down. I just need my mirror right now so I can see what I'm doing. I usually just brush my brows up a bit. As you can see, they're sort of sparse in the little tail areas and up front a bit. So I'm gonna go in with the lighter of the 2 browns right now. And I am just going to contour my brow from the front, I guess. No, I did say this is the first time I'm using it. So we will see how it goes. I've seen so many good reviews, and I was very excited to start it out and try it. So when I went to Ulta today, I made sure to get it. Oh, sorry, I just went out of the frame a bit. So I want you guys to comment what time it is right now where you are. Here in Texas right now, it is 1:07 p.m. Right now, Nick is at work. He just left after lunch. I went to work. All right, so now I'm gonna switch to the darker of the 2 shades. Oh, I have to roll that one out too. The thing I do have to say about this pen is it's a little bulky, so I keep like hitting my eye with it. But that's okay, because I think it's really neat that they came up with something like this. So again, I'm just taking that darker shade, filling in my brow, the tail of it, and then I'm just gonna blend it in with that lighter shade so you get more of that ombre effect. And then I'm gonna go blend this bad boy out. And one thing I do have to say is don't worry if it seems a little messy, because they do give you a little shade in here that you can use to clean it up. So there's that first brow, and I'm actually going to continue just finishing that brow. So I'm going to take the little contour shade that they give me to clean up underneath my brow. It's not really a contour shade, I should say. It's more a concealing shade. So I'm going to go ahead with that from the front of my brow to the end of it. Yeah, it's definitely brushing up against my eyelashes a bit, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but that's okay. So now I'm just going to take, actually I'm just going to take my beauty blender, or I'm going to try blending it out with that first. I wish I had one of the smaller ones that they offer, but I didn't realize. Oh, I'm sorry guys, I keep blocking my face. As you can tell, I'm sure, at this point in the video, my vision is definitely not the best. So that's why I have the mirror so close to my face, because I can barely see anything right now. And normally doing makeup, I'm fine with not being able to see too much. But when I'm filming now, it's just a little bit weirder. So now I'm taking that highlighting shade. It is a matte highlighting shade, by the way, under my brow to give it that more lifted effect. And then I'm gonna blend this out just a little bit, not too much, because I do want to keep that lighter shade under there. I'm just gonna blend out the edges a bit. And now that I'm done with that brow, I'm going to put my Benefit Gimme Brow on there, and I am in the shade number 2. So I'm going to put this on here. I normally put this on the end of my brow first, and then I bring it into the front of my brow. I'm really happy with how that one turned out. So here's the before and the after of eyebrows. So as you can tell, this one looks very, very good, and the other one looks very sparse. So I'm going to go finish off the other brow off camera, and then I will be back so we can start with the eyes. Alrighty, so now that my brows are done, I am going to move on to the eyes. I swear, every time I put my foundation on, I feel like, does anyone else feel like there's like this little hair, like little tiny hairs underneath the foundation, and it gets so itchy, and I like want to scratch my face so much, but I can't because I have makeup on. It's the most frustrating thing. I'm sure everyone else has run into this issue. All right, now I'm not exactly sure what kind of eye look we're gonna go for today. I think we're just gonna wing it, and maybe let's start off with one of my Morphe palettes. This is the Morphe 35F. So I'll just have all of these colors in it. Nice fall, beautiful, pretty colors. Good for really any eye tone or any eye color, but especially blue eyes and brown eyes. Or blue eyes and green eyes, my bad. So let's say I'm going to start with this shade right here. I'm actually gonna mix these two shades for my crease color. And I'm just gonna blend these out. I know my brows seem a little bit crazy today. It's because I need to get them waxed, and I haven't yet. So they're sisters, not twins actually. They're probably more like distant cousins right now, to be completely honest. But you know, that's how it works. So right now I'm just using a eyeshadow blending brush, and I keep dipping back into those crease shades, and I'm just sort of gonna blend this to make sure that it's really fine all in my crease and then down in my outer corner. Do that on both eyes. And eventually, when I take some of the darker colors, I'm gonna try winging this out a little bit so it's not too round. Just because my glasses are a little bit round and boxy, and I don't want to seem like I have these doll eyes. I want to elongate them a little bit. So I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. It's like a cool brown tone. Ignore my dog's playing in the background. And I'm gonna first put this color, I'm using the same brush. I'm honestly probably gonna use 2 different brushes with this look today, just because we're going for a more simple one. So I'm just gonna blend this darker brown into my outer corner and a little bit into the crease, and then I'm just gonna make sure to blend it all out really nicely. All right, now that that's good, I'm gonna take that same color and do it on the other side. First start packing it in. Also, let me know, guys, how the lighting is. For the longest time, I didn't have any lights in front of me, and as you can see, the windows are behind me. So when I did my makeup for the longest time, I was always really backlit, and I could never really tell what my makeup was gonna look like when I went outside. Unless I stood in front of the windows and took a picture. So actually, Nick helped me put up some strip lights around the mirror on my vanity, and they look so good, I think, but I definitely want to get your guys' inputs. So definitely tell me what you think. I'm just gonna keep going in with that same brown shade on the corners to deepen it up a bit. Alrighty, so now that we have that brown shade all blended out beautifully, I think I might stop there. I'm actually gonna bring that brown shade under my eyes and just blend it right under. I'm only gonna blend it to about, not all the way in because that'll close off my eyes a bit. And keep in mind, these colors are very pigmented, so use a really light hand with this. But that's good for smoking out the eyes a bit. And then we are going to go in with just a flat brush. And I'm going to take a light shimmery shade. Sort of cut my crease with it, so I think I'm gonna do probably this shade right here. I love this shade, I use it so much. So I'm gonna go in with that, and I am just going to cut my crease a little bit with that shade. Bring some life back into these dull matte eyes. Now, one thing that I actually won't be doing, but I definitely recommend doing, is using a setting spray. I ran out of my setting spray a few days ago, and I need to go buy more. I just love using the Urban Decay All-Nighter Spray like everyone does. All right, so now that that's blended in, I'm going to take that first brush that I used, and with whatever's left on it, I'm just gonna blend in. Oh, that is the highlighter brush. I told you I couldn't see anything when I didn't have my glasses in. All right, so I'm gonna take that brush that we were using before and just sort of blend in the darker brown with the shimmer shade. Ignore my dogs in the background. Alrighty, so now I'm just going to take a little tiny highlighter brush and take the lightest shimmery color, which is this one right here. I'm gonna put that right under my brow bone. Both brow bones. And also on my inner corner. I don't know, this look has gotten a little glamorous, but that's okay. Oh, that is so pretty. I love adding highlighter or shimmery shades into the inner corner because it just opens up the eyes so much, and it makes such a difference, especially on that brow bone too. All right, so now that we're done with the eyeshadow, we are going to move on with the eyes. And I'm just going to do mascara really quickly. I'm gonna curl my lashes and add the mascara. I actually don't use false lashes when I'm wearing my glasses, and I did run out of contacts. So I'm not going to be using any false lashes until I get more contacts, just because my natural lashes are long enough where they hit the glass on my glasses on the inside, and it gets really annoying sometimes. So I can't even imagine wearing false lashes and having my glasses on. Now I'm gonna try out this new mascara. It's from Thrive Cosmetics, and their mascara, I have tried this a few times and I've loved it so far. It really defines my lashes and makes them a lot longer. But one great thing about this mascara is that the mascara is like rubber tubes on your lashes, so it's water resistant, and if you cry, it doesn't streak down your face. But then it also, like, when you take it off, it doesn't make everything around your eyes black or brown or whatever color mascara you use. It doesn't make everything really dark, and it doesn't smudge. It just comes off in these little tubes. As you guys can see, the mascara is done. I will take off my glasses so you can see a little bit, but this is what the mascara did. I love this wand, especially on the mascara, just because it is so thin, so it's really easy to use on my lower lashes, which is always a plus, because I feel like with larger wands on the mascara, I just smudge under my eyelids or under my eyelashes, and it looks so bad. All right, so for lip color today, we are going to go in with the Tarteist lip paint in the Color Festival. So this is it. It has such a cute little lid. I got like a little, I'm not sure if this is a mini size or if this is full size, but I love this color, and I think it is so beautiful, really with any color look, because it is just a very neutral color. But I normally do go in with a lip pencil. I just can't find mine anywhere. So I'm just going to be very careful when I put this on. As you can see, it's a nice mauve, neutral kind of pinkish purple. I think it's a great color for the spring or summer or winter. Alright, so now that the lip color is all done, I messed up a little bit. Oh no. Let's fix this. Alrighty, so now that that lip paint is all on, it's still a little wet, but it will dry down really quickly. On camera, it looks a lot more purple. I'm not exactly sure why. In person, it's a little bit more neutral, but I think it still looks really, really good with this eye color. Maybe next time I will try this blue NYX pencil that I have. I think it is so, so pretty, but I wanted to use it for a New Year's Eve video, but I didn't have time to film one because I was traveling so much and I was exhausted. So I didn't film that, but I'll try and find another kind of occasion, or maybe I'll just do something really glamorous and out there and try that. But as far as it goes, this is a look for the video. So as you guys can see, it's a really natural, but you can sort of glam it up if you want to. You could wear this to school, or you could wear this to a dance, or anything else, whether it's around the house running errands, or going out on a date night, having something fun. But I wanted to thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you got this far, comment your favorite color or your dog's name. And if you like this video, then please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more makeup videos or lifestyle videos, and I will see you guys next week.